Welcome to a special late night episode of Football Scientific in which me and Timmy the Trash Talking Tiger Shark share our NAL Week 1 picks. We were going to share our picks last night on a previous video, but so much had happened in the NFL, UFL, and CFL, including transactions and the labor situation with the UFL, that took the entire episode. So we pushed back our NAL picks for week 1 of the NAL season, but tonight, in an NAL only episode, we're going to share those picks and that analysis, okay? So, Timmy, are you ready to get into the picks?
Yes, I am ready to get into the picks.
All right, Timmy, let's do it. So first, tomorrow night, kicking off the NAL season in 2025, we'll see the Sioux City Bandits travel to the Beaumont Renegades. It's going to be the battle of the masked cowboys. Both teams have a mascot that's a masked cowboy. Not overly creative since both teams have the same mascot, but this game will determine which team is the real masked cowboy. It's hard to tell, but not that hard to tell. I watched the preseason games. The Sioux City Bandits look pretty good. They played the Buffalo Ridge Wildcats. Are you impressed by that, Timmy?
No.
Okay, but they still look good on offense and defense. They ran the ball. They threw the ball. They look like a solid team. The Buffalo Ridge Wildcats didn't seem to be that exciting of a team. But Sioux City played for an NAL championship last year, and it looked like they were getting back into that championship form. The Beaumont Renegades, they are a expansion team in the NAL. They played the Triangle Seminoles. They beat them 65-0. But watching that game, who are the Triangle Seminoles? I don't know if anyone knows who the maybe the Triangle Seminoles do not know who the Triangle Seminoles are. So with that in mind, I think the Beaumont Renegades will be able to score points. Sioux City did give up some points to the Buffalo Ridge Wildcats, which I was amazed by because Buffalo Ridge was so not good at football. It made me think maybe they'll give up some points to the Beaumont Renegades. With that in mind, Battle of the Masked Cowboys, not really creative in the mascots, but I'm not trying to diss on them. I see the Sioux City Bandits starting their season 1-0, defeating the Beaumont Renegades 65-42 in Beaumont. I think it'll be a struggle. I think the Renegades will put up a fight. I think the Sioux City Bandits know they're the better team, and they will run away with the game. But the Renegades will keep pace for a while, probably through halftime, and the second half, the Bandits will put the game away. That's the first game. That's 7 p.m. tomorrow night. You can watch the game on YouTube and Right Now TV. That's the home of the NAL. The second game of the weekend involves the Omaha Beef. Okay, they are traveling to see the Shreveport Rougarou. Rougarou! All right, Rougarou is opening their seasons, their first NAL game. The Omaha Beef have been dominant. They've been dominant for the last 2 years. They're a championship team. They came into the season with high hopes. But last week they were embarrassed. They played a team that no one's heard of, the Minnesota Warriors. The Minnesota Warriors were playing their last game ever as a team. They were going to dormancy after last week. They were playing the Omaha Beef, and they looked like a team playing in their Super Bowl. For the Beef and their defense, it was a preseason game. And they mentioned that in our interview. Hey, man, we're just trying some stuff out. We're trying some play. This is a preseason game. For the Minnesota Warriors, it was the real deal. They showed up, and their quarterback ran through the Omaha Beef defense. Not early on. First quarter, second quarter, it was a street fight. But then in the third and fourth quarter, the Minnesota Warriors quarterback got crazy and started putting points on the board. The Omaha Beef struggled to get into a rhythm. Mark my words, if the Omaha Beef do not bounce back from last week's upset, they will start this season 0-1. The Shreveport Rougarou have what it takes to beat the Omaha Beef. But only if the Omaha Beef play like they did last week. Okay? I expect the Omaha Beef to come into this game angry about teams making fun of them all week about getting beat by a team that doesn't actually exist. anymore. I think they'll come in angry. They got a point to prove. They don't want to hear people talk about the Rougarou kicking their butt all over the field and being the best team in the NAL, knocking off the Omaha Beef, giving them their first loss in NAL play since they joined the NAL. That's 2 years ago. They joined the NAL, had not lost an NAL game. Will the Rougarou pull it off? Well, my prediction is no, they will not pull it off. I think the Omaha Beef will come in angry, and they'll want to beat down the Rougarou. They will play great defense. They will struggle a little bit on offense early on, but in the second half, similar to the Bandits, they'll run away with the game, putting away the Shreveport Rougarou and showing that they are still the best team in the NAL so far. On Sunday, an interesting situation. This is week 1 of the NAL season, but because of the Corpus Christi Tritons bailing out on the NAL and joining the AF1, gross, who's also maybe playing this week if they still have a league, which hopefully they don't. Because of that situation with AF1 and Corpus Christi Tritons, that leaves the Columbus Lions. The Columbus Lions were once part of the NAL. They were a great team in the NAL. They bailed out for multiple reasons and went to a different league where they dominated that league. They were dominant, so dominant. Sometimes the other team's coach would go sit in the stands and just look and shake his head. Why are they beating us by so much? Probably because you're in the stands. Maybe. Probably. But you never know what's going to happen next, okay? All right, so what's the situation with the Lions? Well, they don't have a team to play. They didn't play a preseason game yet either, though. So they're playing a preseason game in week 1 against the Peach State Cats. Peach State Cats, I had to look into it about the Peach State Cats. They're in the EIF, which is considered to be a semi-pro indoor league, okay? And this is very similar to the Minnesota Warriors. They're coming in. This isn't their last game, and they're not going to dormancy. It's not the last game of all time for them. But they're coming in getting no respect. Getting no respect. The Columbus Lions have been a machine the last several years, blowing out teams at will. They came to the NAL for a challenge, but they won't get it this week because they're playing the EIF Peach State Cats. That's in Georgia, Suwanee, Georgia. They're playing in Columbus, though, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. You'll see the game on YouTube or Right Now TV. I predict the Columbus Lions will have learned from the Omaha Beef. They do not want to get made fun of potentially all season for losing to a semi-pro Peach State Cats. I predict they beat the Cats 70-10. 70-10. You may say, that sounds crazy. 70-10? This is pro football. No, this is a pro football team, the Columbus Lions, against the Peach State Cats, which are a semi-pro indoor league. Okay? So Columbus should dominate. If they do not dominate, this is going to be a crazy season. Because if the Beef are for real not very good, and the Columbus Lions are not very good, I don't know what's going to happen next. All right. The last game of week 1 in the NAL will be on Monday. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll feature the Colorado Spartans traveling to the Wheeling Miners. Okay? Colorado Spartans traditionally are a doormat in the NAL. I'm not sure how they stay in business when they get beat so often. The Wheeling Miners are a team that pre-existed in a different league. How are they going to compete in NAL? I don't know. Some random fan told me they're going to be the best team in the league. I can't deny that. They might be the best team in the league. But I've never seen them play and I've never heard of their team. So, with that in mind, okay, I know the Colorado Spartans are not very good. I know the Wheeling Miners. I know nothing about them actually. But I know that their one fan that talked to me said they're pretty good. He said he thinks they'll win the NAL. I can't tell if he's joking or not. So what I'm going to say is, Let's say Wheeling is better than the worst team in the NAL. I got Wheeling dominating at 7 p.m. on Monday on YouTube and Right Now TV, beating the Colorado Spartans 48-47. They might win by 100. They might lose by 100. I don't really know because I have not seen either team play recently, and the Spartans are traditionally quite bad. But you never know what's going to happen when you don't know the teams. Okay? So I say 48, Wheeling Miners, 47, Colorado Spartans. Timmy agrees with these calls. Now, Timmy also has a special message for you.
These predictions are only being made for fun. If you use these predictions for gambling, that is not our fault. We did not tell you to gamble on the NAL. I'm not even sure where you would place bets on the NAL. The IFL, you can place bets with DraftKings, but I've never heard of anybody putting bets on the NAL. I don't know the lines because there's no lines. So, if you take these predictions and you try to bet on them and it doesn't work out, do not track us down and try to hurt us. This was for fun.
And it's for data collection, Timmy. It's for data collection. I want to see what I know about this NAL. So I make the predictions so I can collect data on my belief system about each team. We're going to find out in week 1. Do I know what I'm talking about in the NAL? Or do I need to recalculate my view of this league? Tonight's special late night edition of Football Scientific. It's close to midnight. I haven't been feeling well. I was quite sick, Timmy. But I'm feeling better now. Much better now. Was just to tell us about the NAL. That's why we did this episode, to talk about the NAL and their week 1 games. Tomorrow, in the near future, we're going to talk about the transactions in the NFL, UFL, and CFL that finished this busy week before the NFL free agency window starts on Wednesday. Lots of things happened today. We're going to go through it tomorrow. We're also going to watch some NAL football. You should do the same on YouTube TV and Right Now TV. Check it out, and you'll see some football. Will it be good? I don't know. We'll find out. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Make sure you check out my articles on UFL News Hub and CFL News Hub. Check out my Substack titled Football Scientific. If you want to see me talk about a different topic or Timmy talk about a different topic, he brings a lot of insight. We talk a lot. If you want to hear another topic, let us know, and we will make a video about what you want me to talk about. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate your support. If you know someone that wants to sponsor a podcast that's quite low budget, we will take the money. Send us your money. Timmy needs more chum. He's starving. Look at him. He's so thin. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye. Bye-bye, Timmy. Bye.